Back to Vanguardian News. We're going live today. And as you can see, or have not seen, the police reform bill in the House and not passing in the Senate or not having any type of momentum. About a month or two ago, a few months ago, Senator Tim Scott, uh, and Senator Booker were spearheading this movement, this bill that died. Um, I don't believe anyone in Congress, well, it really didn't have a chance, I believe. I think the House passed it, and for the most part, it was dead on arrival. The stalling, and everyone's saying that they're for the bill, but trying to hammer out the details of the bill. Uh, you couldn't get much movement on it, and I don't know whether to take that as an insult or whether to take it as this is just everyday business that happens in America. When George Floyd, the tragic events surrounding George Floyd being murdered uh, by the hands of Derek Chauvin, and you had all the protests that summer, and it just, it just never, as far as the momentum of the bill was there, but I believe there was just an opportunity missed because when you have that type of momentum and that opportunity. And then I believe a lot of it died down with the police reform bill, uh, defunding process, the defunding of the police. Um, a lot of movement was lost. And so it was always going to be a hurdle, but I just didn't see it being something that was going to be prioritized. Um, it was just a lot of, just a lot of, okay, wink, wink sort of things, but nothing solid and substantial. Uh, and Senator Tim Scott, whether he was, the puppet on the end of the string, just to be out there and kind of running interference on certain things, nothing can get hammered out. And that's the problem. And that's always the issue because it should be, uh, you would think something like that would be common sense, but there's still a lot of division. There's still a lot of resistance. There's still a lot of people that just don't want that to happen. They want things to be as they are. And it's sad because now it's 2022. And yes, there's been a lot of progress in the country, but there's been a lot of, you know, obstacles thrown in front of a lot of different policies and movements because of people want things to stay as they are, and they don't want change. They don't want to accept that things could be different. They think everything is fine. Uh, you know, a lot of folks. I come from a family of law. People want to have law and order. Of course, you want to be safe. You want to be able to enjoy your community. Go out, take your kids out to the park. You don't want to have all this murder and mayhem, and bullets flying, and pedophiles all over the place. You want to live in a somewhat safe community. But when you have rogue cops and individuals that work in these institutions and these police stations that continue to um, obstruct justice, hide evidence, plant different stuff on individuals, there's an issue. you know, and everyone know it is. So, so I'm all for, police reform, and that was under the Floyd bill, but it don't seem like you're getting any movement on on that as much as I thought it was going to happen. It kind of died down, and then you have Democrats who are kind of infighting too, so that doesn't help. There's a division here and there as far as the progressive Democrats and the Democratic leadership. So on the Democratic side, they got to get their houses in order. In order, Republicans just sit back and watch the Democrats never their ongoing flaw to lead and willpower, uh, and always are in a position of battling, or in a weak position, or they put themselves as looking weak, in a position of weakness. And a lot of people feel that they can't be affiliated with a party like that, and I don't blame them. And so the Dems, if they can never get themselves together, who knows? But 2022 is here, and midterms are coming up, and so you know it don't look like they're going to hold on to the House. To be honest with you, I could be wrong, but I don't see them holding on to the House. And once again, the Democrats will squander an opportunity to do some good work. Yet the infighting and the split and the divide between leadership and the progressives that don't want to budge on certain things, they want to push their agenda, and so this is what you have. It's just, this is what it is, and things get, once again, stuff that affect people like African Americans and minorities always seems to be, well, we'll get to that, but when it comes to your vote, when you're up for election, we need, we need everybody. You got to stick with us. You got to stick with us. We're going to get it through. We're going to get it through. It seems like it's the same playbook being played over and over again. And the same players are the ones who get out in front of the cameras and seem to do the same old thing over and over again, as far as, we need your vote. We need you to stand with us. We standing with you. We're voting with you. We showed record number of voting registration last general election, and um, during the midterms, but yet we still can't get stuff done. Build Back America bill, the Building of America, Build Back of America bill has been stalled. It's just nothing getting done in Congress. Nothing. And at some point, you have to question whether your elected officials have your best interests uh, at heart. They talk a good game, but yet nothing is getting done, and it doesn't seem like it will get done. It doesn't seem like the Dems are going to be able to hold on to the House, and they might not even be able to hold on to the Senate. So once again, we have a Democratic president. We have a majority in the House, and we have a majority in the Senate, but yet we can't get anything done. And so it makes me think that, you know, is anything will ever get done? Is there any improvements in some of these bills that we want to be pushed over the goal line? Like the John Lewis Voting Act bill, and the George Floyd police reform bill. People's Bill, um, the anti-lynching bill, Emmett Till bill. Uh, these are things that seems to always get pushed back to the side, and one has to ask themselves, you know, you know, why we keep voting for the same party if that party can't deliver? Um, should we open up our minds? Uh, I wouldn't say going Republican route, Republicans, because they're doing the same thing. This Republican Party, I don't know who they are, uh, Trump Party, whatever you want to call them, but the MAGA Party, I call them. But it just seemed like it's a breakdown on both sides. But I do know on the Republican side, they seem to be a little bit more solidarity. In the Democrat side, it seems to be a lot of infighting, and everybody wants to be the drum major. But at the same time, someone has to have a got to work both sides of the aisle. You got to get people to the aisle. You got to get people to see the bigger picture. But it doesn't seem like that is happening at all. It doesn't seem like um, anyone wants to step to the plate and tell the people what's really happening. But yet, you want our votes. Gets you angry. It's frustrating. Uh, it's just really frustrating. But should we just give up on the process? I don't believe so. Should we just continue to uh, keep our vote and demand more for our vote? Uh, so it's a catch 22. We can demand more, but at the same time, once they get in there, the elected officials get in there, are they really going to live up to what they campaign about? And that's the issue. Every time you get behind a candidate and you give them their vote, and it just seems like Biden and the Democratic Party is just not working hard enough uh, to get these promises delivered, and that's not good. That's not good at all. Sometimes you just got to work hard. You got to go up there and lay out your case up on the hill. This is what we need done. This is what we got to get done for the people, because this is what they put us in office to do. But it just never seemed to go that way. That's the frustrating part. So, what can we do? Continue to keep going, recycle, repeat, repeat the same old thing, or do we shake it up and try to see if there's some candidate out there, or step up and show themselves, reveal themselves to be a dynamic candidate that can work both sides of the aisle and lead us to where we need to be led. Um, a more energetic thought process, a better understanding of what this country needs, and the youth and uh, the baby boomers and the people generation, you know, X, and you know, we put these people, like I said, again, we put these people in office and don't seem to be wanting to do anything. So I don't know what to say, but it is what it is, and hopefully that I don't know, things will work itself out, but it don't seem like it will. But it's neither here or there. But we need to hold our elected officials accountable. That's for sure. Definitely need to hold them accountable. So Whether we do that or not, I don't know, but it just seems to be so uh, frustrating to see that things are just not getting done. And you asked us to do our jobs, to go out to the polls and select you as the leaders and the representatives, senators, and to lead us through the storm. But I don't see anyone leading as of right now. So that's concerning, to say the least. We're in the new year. Let's hope that we're able to do better and get some things done. Um, but to be honest with you, it's just like I said, it's frustrating, and I don't know in the near future if that's going to happen with this Congress. But who knows? But it always seems to be. It always seems to be that. So I don't know. I don't know. But it's almost like a trick. You get us in every 4 years. We sucked in. We got the hot sauce in the bag. We got the concerts with Beyonce and Jay-Z and all that and all this. They work so hard. They know the tricks. They know what to do to get your vote. But yet, when it comes down to delivering the promises, there's always a trick bag to everything. So are you the elected officials, are you just getting there to just get there to say I'm in Congress, or are you actually going to do the work? Are you going to actually put the grind in and you know really just try to come up with something? You have to be creative, I would think, as a congressman or a representative or a senator, and be great. But if you're there just to, hey, I'm here now, I'm on this committee, I'm on that committee, and you know, ah, dicey. It really is. It's very dicey. But I don't have confidence anymore. I don't. I'm losing confidence. But I'm trying to hold on to what the fiber of getting involved with voting, the voting process, registration. When we have a two-party system that don't seem to know how to work it out, and they're supposed to be so smart. These people are so smart, but they can't. They just can't get out of each other's way. It's just like it's a competition to not for the American people, but just for just a competition to do nothing. Who could be the loudest and do the most photo ops, but at the same time deliver nothing. Deliver nothing. So that's up to those people districts who voted them in. Is this what you want? But who's to say? But I know there's a lot of people in Congress shouldn't be in Congress. I know that for sure. So shouldn't be in Congress because they're not doing anything. And they're just taking up, they were voted in, so I gotta respect that process, but they're useless. They're useless. They are useless. No more, no less. And everybody's trying to get a photo op. Everybody's trying to please their 45 former president. Everybody trying to get in their good gracious with him, but for the most part, they're not doing anything at all. And so this is what you got. You have people that's just there just to say they're there. Get on the committee just to say they're on the committee. But are they sponsoring any bills? It's almost like people just they're the brown nose. Hate to be so graphic, but that's just what it is. Let's be honest. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like I say, today is the first day of the year. And, you know, last year went kind of quick. So let's 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 do something. Let's try to put our best foot forward and move in a direction towards changing policy. The economy is a concern. Inflation is definitely a concern. Um, so the beginning of the year, we'll see if there's an opportunity. It's still, you're dealing with a pandemic that's still, the transmission rate is still high with this Omicron disease. I mean, variant. You still have Delta. So there's a lot of people still unvaccinated. And there's a lot of people who saying that they're not going to get vaccinated. So it is what it is. And you have to do what you do. You have to do what you do. You have to do what you do to maintain. And we'll see where we'll go where we'll go. So stay on their necks about getting this Floyd bill passed, the anti-lynching bill passed with that's been a minute. Can you imagine still no anti-lynching bill, no federal anti-lynching bill? It's ridiculous. It really is. So stay on their necks and stay vocal. Continue to advocate, and we'll get there. We'll get this beginning of the year. All right. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. Take care.